Okay, so here's our partial fraction decomposition. Since x plus 2 is a linear term, we want to write that as a over x plus 2. Since x minus 2 is a repeated linear factor, we want to write it as b over x minus 2 plus c over x minus 2 quantity squared. We then want to multiply both sides by the common denominator, which is x plus 2 x minus 2 quantity squared. When I multiply this times this, the denominators cancel out, so I'm left with 11x minus 6 minus x squared equals x plus 2's cancel, so I'm left with a and x minus 2 squared. One of the x minus 2's canceled here, so I'm left with b x plus 2 x minus 2, and the x minus 2 squareds cancel, so I'm left with c and x plus 2. The easiest thing to do is let x equal 2, and then that means this factor will go to 0. So as long as we plug in the same value on both sides of the equal sign, we're okay. So I get 22 minus 6 minus 4 equals a times 2 minus 2 squared, which you can don't. So I plugged in 2 on both sides of the equal sign. Now I'm going to simplify. So notice on this side I just get 22 minus 10. This becomes 0, gone. This becomes 0, it's gone. So I'm just left with 12 equals 4c, c equals 3. So now I let x equals 2 because that made this factor and this factor go to 0. Now if we choose negative 2, those two will go to 0. So if we let x equals negative 2, I will plug that into this situation up here. So I plugged in negative 2 on both sides of the equal sign. We also know c is equal to 3. So why don't we just let c equal 3 there. So let's simplify as much as we can and make something 0. So we got a 0 here, so that means this all goes away. We got a 0 here, this all goes away. So I'm just left with 16a, and on this side I have negative 22 minus 6 minus 4, which is negative 32. Divide both sides by 16, I get a equals negative 2. Okay, just move the original equation down to the bottom again. So we have a is equal to negative 2, c is equal to 3. So we just need to know what b is. The easiest value to use now is, since we've already used up the two terms or two values of x that'll make 0, why don't we just let x equal the easiest of numbers, 0. So I'm going to plug in 0 on both sides. So I plugged in 0 on both sides of the equal sign. So therefore I get 0 minus 6 minus 0 equals, a is equal to negative 2, so I get negative 2 times 4 plus b times 2 times negative 2 plus c is equal to 3, so that's 3 times 2. Okay, apparently the video got cut off, so I'm going to just finish it up here. So I got negative 6 on this side, I have negative 8, and this is negative 4b, and this is plus 6. So therefore negative 8 and 6 is negative 2, is negative 2 minus 4b. Add 2 over, I get negative 4 equals negative 4b, and b equals 1.